That is of the embattled Governor Mike Sonko. 86 members of the County Assembly have already appended their signature to have the governor impeached. And so I'd like to talk to Duncan Okach, a lawyer, just to talk to us about what this impeachment, what it means to Nairobi residents. Because, of course, it will lead to a by-election because we do not have a deputy governor. Thank you so much, Wakili, for talking to us here on KTN News Center this morning. So since the governor was elected as the Nairobi governor, that is Mike Sonko, he's been enjoying a lot of political support, not only from some members of the County Assembly, but also for Nairobians, the people who elected him. So can we say that the party is over for the embattled governor now that he's facing an impeachment motion that will officially be tabled? Allegations that have been leveled against him will officially be tabled on the floor of the House next week on Thursday? Wakili, if you can hear me, let's talk about that political... Yes. Let's talk about the political favor that the embattled governor, Mike Sonko, has been enjoying from some members of the County Assembly and also from Nairobians who elected him for several years now. But then he's facing an impeachment motion. Can we actually say that the party is over, the political party in terms of the political support he's been receiving is over for him because already 86 MCAs have appended their signatures?
Thank you so much. Indeed, the Nairobi governor was elected as a member of parliament with an overwhelming number of votes. He was elected as a senator with an overwhelming number of votes, and the same applied governor. And indeed, he's enjoyed the support of the ruling party and the government for quite a long time. But it is clear that at this particular stage, he has lost favor, and indeed, the public utterances, the public spark that we have witnessed over the few months, if not a year, leading to the creation of the NMS, clearly shows that something is amiss. This is not the first time that an impeachment motion has been brought to the Assembly, and to an extent, it didn't see the light of day. I think because of the fact that there may not have been a lot of consensus in terms of the support base he has with the county assembly representatives. But if this particular motion this time around has the support of 86, looking at the threshold that is required constitutionally, it means that at the end of the day, chances are very high that if these numbers remain, then as far as the impeachment motion at the county assembly that is to be moved next week on Thursday is concerned, it may be a done deal. He may as well now only face his accusers at the Senate level, whereby his trial will actually be conducted.
All right. So can we say that this was long overdue? Because this is not the first time that MCAs at the county assembly are talking about impeaching the governor.
Indeed, the governor started from a wrong footing. He acknowledged to Nairobians that he does not have all the qualifications, and to ensure that he has an all-rounded support or governance, he had Mr. Igade as a deputy governor, who would have brought in the technocracy that would have assisted him in governance. But soon, even before the ink dried as they signed their documentation to office, Igade was not, he fell apart with Igade. To that particular extent, he has been running the show alone with the inadequacies that he admitted. And I think it was important for him to appoint a deputy governor. The law came into play in terms of appointment of a deputy governor. He did. So he's actually had all these challenges as an individual, but to an extent, he may be an author of his own misfortune,
right,
based on the fact that he has refused or he has not been seen to be working with even his own county executive, which he has formed. So it has led to a lot of problems, which has led to the creation of NMS to try and assist. But to an extent, now the frustration is still back to square one.
But then, Wakili, if you look at it, and if you've read also the papers today, it's being indicated that his impeachment is politically instigated, and owing to the fact that he's not had a good working relationship with the NMS team.
that is not even surprising because everything is political. That particular seat he has was through a political party, a nomination. And to that particular extent, even his own governorship, because he belongs to a certain party. So saying that it is political, it doesn't change anything, because you must be right, both politically and in terms of how you have governed. So It's not a big issue saying it's political. He's not the first one who has claimed that his impeachment is political, and it has still seen the light of day.
All right, and then Wakili, you know, Nairobi County, as we speak, it clearly doesn't have a deputy governor, because if the governor is to be impeached, if that impeachment motion is to sail through at the county assembly and also at the Senate, if he had a county, you know, a deputy governor, definitely the deputy governor would take over. But then Nairobi County doesn't have a deputy governor. It means we are facing a by-election, and this by-election will be conducted just months to the general elections, because it can't be conducted in 2020. It has to be done in 2021.
Indeed, the Constitution Article 181 is very clear that in the absence of a deputy governor, once there is a vacancy in the office of the governor, the Speaker of the County Assembly will take over. But he will take over for only a limited period of 60 days. And the Constitution is very clear that elections shall be conducted. So long as he's out of office, it does not matter. The Constitution only talks about, I believe, almost 4 months, I think 4 months to the general election. You cannot have elections.
All right.
But at this particular instance, there should be general elections conducted for the gubernatorial seat in Nairobi immediately after 60 days after the takeover of this particular seat by the Speaker. So elections will have to be.
All right. And as we wind up, Wakili, in a minute, can you respond to this question? Because there are grave allegations that have been leveled against the governor. Let me just read a few of the allegations. 4 grounds of impeachment: gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, abuse of office, committing a crime under national and international laws, and finally, lacking physical and mental capability to run the county government. Lacking mental and physical capability to run the county government.
The mental aspect may be because of the public slurs, the fact that he said he was inebriated when he was signing the deed of transfer, and a lot of his in terms of his social media postings, his conduct can actually make someone think there is something that he lacks in terms of his mental capacity. Physical capacity, the courts have already barred him from going to his office, so physically he may not be able to discharge his functions. Crimes under national law, I don't know about international law, but national law, he is already in court charged pursuant to investigations by the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. And to that particular extent, the constitutional threshold is where there is just suspicion that he has committed crimes under national law. Suspicion. It is not even the criminal threshold of beyond reasonable doubt. So as long as you're suspected, the DPP, the EACC conducted investigations, DPP has satisfied himself and he has been charged.
All right, Wakili, asante sana. Thank you so much for joining us here on KTN News Center. My name is Brenda Zeda Radido, bringing us to the end of the first of KTN News Center. I see you again at 10 a.m. for more stories making the headlines.